Hi, I'm Dan from Lyric Gladiators. Today, I'm covering Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the first book in a series called the Red Queen series, based off the name of the first book. This was part of a roundtable read that we all decided to do. And I gotta say, my opinion on this book, surprisingly good. I really thought I was gonna hate this book when I first heard about the whole description of it. The whole plot of the world is pretty simple. The world is divided by two people, the elites and the underclass, or the lower class. The elite class is known as silvers, and the others are known as reds. Reds are the common folk who have red blood, kind of like us. And the silvers are a group of elites who have silver blood. They're rich, and they seem to have godlike powers, such as super strength, speed, and stuff like that. It's all explained in the book of different powers. The story follows a girl named Mar Barrow, who is a red living in the slums of all the other reds. She's shown to be kind of a pickpocket and kind of a thief. She lives with her mother, father, and younger sister. And we kind of learn the thing is that she is a pickpocket and does that to support her family because they don't have very much money. We also learned a few things also about the Reds. We see that the thing is that the Silvers are actually very mean to the Reds and actually oppress them quite a bit. And there's also a group of rebel Reds known as the Scarlet Guard. The whole first part of the book series is basically kind of a little bit of world building that we see through Marrow's eyes, until we get to the second part of the story, which is actually my favorite part of the entire book as it goes along. Starts off a little slow, then gets real good near the end. Basically, Mare works for a group of silvers. We learn about this whole thing called the Queen's Trial, which is all these noble silver daughters who want to marry the crown prince. The crown prince's name is Cal, but we've discovered that Mare has powers kind of like silvers, so they disguise her in as a long-lost silver daughter and kind of have her hide in plain sight, and she ends up getting betrothed to his name is Mavin, well, he's the brother of the prince, so he's also a prince himself. And she ends up using that to her advantage, kind of hiding in plain sight and trying to take down the silvers from inside. And since Mars is the only red to ever have powers, which is very uncommon from what we've seen in the book of other reds, thing is, it makes it easy for her to hide in sight and kind of take down the silvers from inside. Now, I'm not going to spoil the entire book, alright, with the description of it, but it's a really good read, and the thing is, it went a little bit darker than I thought it would. There's assassinations, there's betrayals, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that really made it really interesting for a read, and it actually caused me to like the book more than I thought it would. This is actually a pretty good book, and it makes me want to read more of the series, honestly. I will say the thing is, there is practically no ending to this book, due to the fact being the first in the series. So that's kind of common, I would expect. The ending is kind of left open-ended, like a to-be-continued kind of thing. Alright, and there are unresolved issues and unanswered questions, which I assume get resolved and answered in the rest of the series. In case you're wondering how many, there are 5 books in the series. This is book 1. And it's definitely something I recommend reading. If you're into dystopian fantasy kind of stuff, this is definitely a book to read. So, I know Josh, normally, how we used to do this back then is he would do, if you were to rate it 1 through 5 stars, how many stars would you get it? Half stars permitted. I would give this a solid 4. Definitely worth a read. Until next time, keep reading.